So I'm doing part of the Jacksonian era. It's on pages 296 to 303 in the textbook in case you guys want to like use that for reference or whatever. Um, so pretty sure my group left off somewhere around the Panic of 1837. Um, so as you guys know, the Whig Party is the Democratic Party's opposition, and they blamed the Democratic Party for the economic downfall, aka the Panic of 1837. They claimed that his downfall was, they claimed that it like occurred because of Jackson's opposition to the Bank of the United States, and they said that this weakened business confidence. So in order to compensate or make up for his decision to oppose the National Bank, he transferred funds that were withdrawn from the National Bank to various state banks. He was able to do this with the help of Secretary of Treasury Roger Taney, and state banks, also known as pet banks. Usually, this is what Jackson's critics would call the state banks. Um, yeah. So Jackson's economic policies caused inflation, mostly in terms of land prices and various goods. So in reaction to this, I guess you could say, Jackson creates the special circular and the independent treasury system, which basically required that future land purchases be made in gold or silver. So the point of this is not only to improve the economy, but also to um, get rid of the use of paper money. Um, so his plan unfortunately backfires, and this ends up making things worse. Land sales decrease along with the value of paper money, and this causes the nation to fall into an economic depression. So this is like a chart that I literally got from the review book that Dunphy lets us use. It's just Democrats versus Whigs, like their views and what the voter support is for the two. So Democrats are in favor of local rule, limited government, free trade, equal economic opportunity, might I add, only for white males. And they're opposed to monopolies, national bank, high tariffs, and high land prices. They generally had the voter support of Southerners, small farmers, Westerners, and urban workers. The Whigs, on the other hand, complete opposite of the Democrats. Obviously, they favored the national bank, federal funding of internal improvements. So in other words, like just funding for domestic issues, and also a protective tariff. Sorry. They were opposed to immorality, vice, and crime, which they usually blamed on immigrants. And they had the voter support of New Englanders, residents of Mid-Atlantic and Upper Midwestern states, Protestants, and middle-class urban professionals. So, the slavery uproar. As you guys know, the Jacksonian age, or the era of Jackson, whatever you want to call it, it's generally known to be a time of social and political reform, or at least that's what it's meant to be. I don't know. It can be argued. Anyways, so a major person who I guess fought for social reform was William Lloyd Garrison. He publicized his abolitionist paper called The Liberator in 1831. Basically, these papers encouraged abolitionists to begin the work of emancipation. Abolitionists were like gladly accepted these papers. I don't know if accepted is the right word. Anyways, you know what I mean. Yeah. So this happened shortly after like those religious awakenings. So kind of it made people believe that it was their Christian duty to end slavery. They believed that slavery was the greatest sin of all. So they used the new technology in terms of like technological advancements in printing. Yeah, they used that to their benefit, and because of this, they were able to produce millions of pieces of anti-slavery literature. However, Southern postmakers they broke the law and they censored the mail so that it couldn't, it was not within the reach of Southerners. Basically, abolitionists were not able to spread the word to the Southerners. So abolitionists had to turn to Congress. So Congress would get petitions and all this stuff, which eventually led to the creation of the gag rule, which was passed in 1836, and it continues to be renewed every few years up until 1844. So basically, the gag rule, it would just stated that anti-slavery petitions were automatically tabled with no discussions. So in other words, it was just like put off, so to speak, like ignored, avoided. So because of this economic depression going on, the slavery issue not being taken care of, Van Buren was basically just viewed as a weak president because nothing was really getting done out, but like there were all these issues going on at the time.